The management process is an important part of managing a business, employees, and overall corporate culture and productivity. In this presentation, I will define management and describe the four basic functions of the management process. Next, I will discuss managers, describing the different types of managers with respect to the levels of responsibility. To close, I will focus on leadership and examine the different styles of leadership. Management, as defined by our textbook, is the process of coordinating people and other resources to achieve the goals of an organization. The four main resources are material, human, financial, and informational. Material resources are tangible physical resources. In a college classroom, this could include books, computers, and desks. Human resources, or people, are the most important resource of any organization. The way employees are developed and managed has more impact on an organization than any other factor. Financial resources are the funds an organization uses to meet its obligations to investors and creditors. It uses money to pay bills, employees, insurance, and more. Informational resources are important to businesses because it's hard for them to acclimate to the rapidly changing market, technology, and political forces. These businesses must gain information about their competitors and changes to their industry in order to succeed. The management process is a process of setting goals, planning and controlling the organization, and leading the execution of these goals. The four main steps in the management process are planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Planning is establishing organizational goals and deciding how to accomplish them. This is the first step in the management function because the following functions all depend on effective planning. There are four different types of plans, so how do you decide which one to use? A strategic plan is an organization's broadest plan developed as a guide for major policy setting and decision making. Strategic plans are generally set by the board of directors and top management and are designed to achieve the organization's long-term goals. A tactical plan is a smaller scale plan developed to implement a strategy. Most tactical plans cover a 1 to 3 year period and may be updated as needed. An operational plan is created to implement tactical plans. Operational plans include details on how an organization is to accomplish its goals. A contingency plan outlines alternative courses of action that may be taken if an organization's other plans are disrupted or become ineffective. A SWOT analysis is the identification and evaluation of a firm's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses are internal factors that affect a company's capabilities. Strengths refer to a firm's favorable characteristics and core competencies. Weaknesses are the internal limitations a company faces in developing or implementing plans. Opportunities refer to favorable conditions in the environment that could benefit the organization if exploited properly. However, threats are conditions or barriers that may prevent the firm from reaching its objectives. Organizing is the means of assigning the planned tasks to various individuals or groups within the organization and creating a system to put plans into action. A manager must decide what each employee will do, to whom each employee will report, and how each person can best take part in the organization's activities. Leading is the process of influencing people to work towards a common goal. Motivating is the process of providing reasons for people to work in the best interests of an organization. Together, leading and motivating are often referred to as directing. In order to motivate employees, a manager needs to discover what factors motivate the workers and try to find incentives to encourage effective performance. Controlling is the process of evaluating and regulating ongoing activities to ensure that goals are achieved. The control function includes three steps: setting standards against which performance can be compared, measure present performance to pre-established standards, and determine modifications to meet pre-established standards. Managers can be classified in two ways: according to their level within an organization and according to their area of management. A top manager is an upper-level executive who guides and controls the overall fortunes of an organization. A middle manager is a manager who implements the strategy and major policies developed by top management. A first-line manager is a manager who coordinates and supervises the activities of operating employees. Organizational structure can be further broken down into management specializations. The most common areas are as follows. A financial manager is one who is primarily responsible for an organization's financial resources. An operations manager is one who manages the systems that convert resources into goods and services. A marketing manager is responsible for facilitating the exchange of products between an organization and its customers or clients. A human resources manager is charged with managing an organization's human resource programs. An administrative manager or general manager is not associated with any specific specialization but provides guidance and leadership to all areas. Although managers require the use of a multitude of skills, there are 5 key skills that every good manager should have. Analytical skills help the manager identify problems correctly, generate reasonable alternatives, and select the best alternative to solve problems. Interpersonal skills deal with the manager's ability to effectively relate to people, understand their needs and motives, and show genuine compassion. Technical skills are specific skills needed to accomplish a specialized activity. Communication is the ability to speak, listen, and write effectively. Conceptual skills involve the ability to think in abstract terms, meaning that the manager can see the big picture and understand how various parts of an organization or idea fit together. Leadership is defined as the ability to influence others. However, there are 2 different types of leadership, formal and informal. Informal leaders do not have legitimate power but exercise their influence by gaining the support of the organization. Formal leaders have legitimate power of position, which means they have an understood authority in the organization. For years, leadership was viewed as a combination of personality traits such as self-confidence, concern for people, intelligence, and dependability. However, more emphasis has been placed on the styles of leadership. In an autocratic leadership style, decisions are made with little concern for employee opinions. Employees are told what is expected from them and given specific guidelines, rules, and regulations on how to achieve their tasks. On the other hand, participative leaders consult their employees before making decisions. With this style, employees have a better understanding of the organization's goals, why they are important, and increases employees' commitment to accomplishing these goals. Participative leaders can be further divided into 3 categories. Consultative leaders who discuss decisions with employees but retain authority for final decision making. Consensus leaders seek input from all workers and make decisions based upon their support. Democratic leaders allow the group to discuss and make the final decisions. Entrepreneurial leadership is task-oriented, driven, charismatic, and enthusiastic. These leaders tend to be very invested in their businesses. Decision-making is defined as the act of choosing one alternative from a set of alternatives. Normally, decisions are made casually and informally. However, for managers, it's a little more complex than that. A managerial decision involves 4 steps: identifying the problem or opportunity, generating alternatives, selecting an alternative, and implementing and evaluating the solution.